We're sitting down with Colonel Roy Newkirk, who takes it upon himself every year to do a very important task for all of us this time of year, tracking the man in the big red coat. Colonel, could you tell us a little bit about the history of NORAD tracking Santa?
Well, sure. This has been a bilateral event with our Canadian partners since 1955. And this originally started when a local newspaper in Colorado Springs printed the phone number incorrectly to track Santa. So they picked up the phone, some kids picked a phone, called, and it called a unlisted line at that point, the Continental Northern Defense System. And a colonel answered the phone, realized kids were looking for Santa, and at that day, a tradition was born here at NORAD.
What has the response been over the years to this? Because I remember this being around when I was a teenager, and it keeps the magic alive. I'd love to hear maybe some stories of some kids that have called in and gotten to find out exactly how long until Santa's at their house.
Well, there's been so many stories over the years. Kids have called, just wanting to speak to the man in red, wanted to wanted to just know where Santa was at. And we continually remind, after years and years of doing this, I mean, we've gotten to the point where we have over 400,000 callers per year. We get close to 2 million social media followers and 20 million hits to our website every year, figuring out where he is at. But for the most part, what we try to remind kids is, as much as you want to call and everything else, for you to be there for Santa, he's going to come between 9 and midnight, generally in your area. And he's really looking for those kids that are asleep so he doesn't have to double back around.
There it is. There it is. So if you're watching this right now, you should potentially be in bed instead of calling. But how does this work? How do we map him as he makes his trip across the United States and across Canada?
Oh, sure. So obviously, when Santa begins, first of all, we're busy tracking our safety every day, and when Santa gets ready to take off, Rudolph's red nose is so glaring and bright it shows up on all of our systems. So we have the Northern Warning System, which is a system of radars that are blanketed across North America. We have satellite systems that orbit the Earth at about 22,000 feet or miles above the Earth, and as well as our normal flights that our Canadian and American partners are flying on a regular basis. So when Santa takes off, Rudolph's nose is so bright, these systems pick it up right away, and the night is on, so to speak.
Now, Colonel, a lot of work goes into this. So much time, so much effort, so much passion, and volunteers step up to help. But I'd love to zoom in just for a moment. What about this is special for you personally? Because we spoke last year about the tracking. What just keeps you're clearly excited and you love what you do.
Well, sure. I mean, the biggest part of wearing the uniform and getting this one additional duty that happens at on December 24th every year of tracking Santa is the ability to give back to our community and see the excitement in with children as they're looking to the magic that Santa provides every year.
And you and your team do exactly that. You keep the magic in the holiday season. So, how many volunteers, how many people step up to help you make this happen every year?
Oh, sure. There are nearly 1,000 volunteers that are taking part in this, as well as all the folks that run the radar stations, the pilots, the folks that are tracking the satellites, that take this on as an additional duty every single year. We have over 70 corporate partners that help support the phone lines, the apps that we have that folks can go on their phones and track Santa, and the website as well.
So it takes a small army to track Santa. A lot of work being done. Now, one more time, where can folks go? How can they reach out and find out where Santa is at any given time come the 24th?
All right. Well, there's multiple ways you can do it. So whatever suits your fancy. But uh, one of the primary ways folks can do that is going to the NORAD website, which is www.tracknor. Sorry, is www.noradsanta.org. The phone number is 1-877 Hi NORAD, HINORAD. We also have a mobile app, social media where you can track along with the hashtag NORAD Track Santa. And you can also use OnStar, SiriusXM, or ask your Amazon Alexa.
Wow. So a lot of options. So no matter what you have access to, you have the ability to find out where Santa is come Christmas Eve. Before we wrap up today, Colonel Newkirk, I just thank you so much for both your service to our country and for putting in all this time and effort to keep the magic alive. It's really, really needed across our country right now. And just for me personally, we greatly appreciate it. And I know everyone up here in Northern Michigan appreciates all the hard work you guys do. And we're going to make sure all the links you need to give them a call, download the app, follow them on socials, or visit the website and find out exactly where jolly old Kris Kringle is come Christmas Eve. It's all going to be available on our website after the show today, 9and10news.com. Thank you so much, Colonel, and happy holidays to you, sir.
Thank you very much, and happy holidays to you and all your viewers.